Okay, all dressed up. No place to go. Hi, Ari.
Hi listeners out there.
I'm Joani.
I'm Ari.
And we decided to take advantage of Ari being home for Thanksgiving break to do a little mommy-daughter reflection. Should we call it a reflection?
We can call it a reflection.
Okay. So we are a little bloated, which is
we've had a lot of salt. But so have you, so try not to judge us.
Okay. So I'm using Ari because now she's 27 years old and she's not a child anymore. She's kind of my equal. Actually, she's my mother. And I wanted to ask her a few questions that I thought would help all of you parents out there to see what you have to look forward to. Because I have my wonderful Ari. And she was a wonderful teenager too, but she's a lot more fun as a major adult. Okay. So Ari, I have a few questions I wanted to ask you because these are burning questions that parents have had.
Sure, Joani, go right ahead.
Okay. The first thing is, would you agree that when you were a teenager you had a messy room?
Yes. And in fact, I was just thinking about this while I've been home for Thanksgiving. My room was a mess. I never made my bed. I had piles and piles and piles and piles and piles and piles and piles of clothes everywhere because I would have to be on the phone at night talking to usually at least 3 to 4 different girls to figure out what we were going to wear.
But no texting. They actually talked.
We talked because texting wasn't really a thing, you know, back in the old ages of 10 years ago. But we would have to figure out whether or not it was going to be like a casual day and I'll wear sweatpants or whether or not we would all wear the exact same skirt, shirt, tight shoes outfit. But everything would end up on the floor. And I will say now that I am a solid adult living a good life.
And is your room clean now? Or?
My life is not a mess. It is not a mess. I know how to make my bed. I keep my stuff in order. But I will say that I was thinking just coming home for Thanksgiving, this is something that I wanted to say as a kid, that just the way the kids are with your parents is not necessarily the way they are out in the real world, which is a good thing to remember because I come home for Thanksgiving and I have not made my bed.
And I did the laundry.
And she did my laundry. And my stuff is all over the floor. And I'm taking a ride from her tonight to go meet friends. And I had her make me breakfast. But in my real life, when she's not around, I'm fully capable of living a very well-organized life.
And Ari, do you know how to do your own laundry?
Yes, I do know how to do my own laundry. I much prefer the fluff and fold, but I do know how to do it. And I
so parents, just because you don't have your kids doing your laundry, I just want you to know they learn how to do it.
And they may take advantage of you when they come home for vacations, but
and I
that's
love
what
it.
they should do.
I want them to take advantage of me. Okay, now, Ari, chores.
Yeah.
We weren't a chore family.
We didn't have like very specific chores laid out, but I felt like enough responsibility around the house that if stuff needed to happen, I would do it. But I will say...
I do remember popsicle sticks on the couch.
I left a lot of popsicle sticks around, and it wasn't like I had a specific thing that I had to do every day for a sense of responsibility. But again, I'm extremely self-sufficient. I clean up after myself.
And after me.
And after her.
If I come to visit her, she follows me around.
She gets mad at me because she feels like I act like her mother sometimes, especially when she's visiting me at my house and I lay out all the towels for her, make her bed, cook her food.
And she's a really good cook, too. And guess where she learned how to do that?
Okay, what's the next
Okay,
one?
all right, so that's all of I wanted to show you that the little things, the chores, the messy room, the laundry, feeling like they're not taking enough responsibility, that if you're trying to teach responsibility, I just want you to know that they have to end up doing it themselves anyway. So if it's just you actually need the help because you're a single parent or you both work full time and you really can't do everything yourself, that's different than worrying that they're not going to know how to do it if you don't teach them. Because you know how to do it.
Yeah, you know how to do it. I think it's like, it's all, you know, I mean, I certainly learned a sense of responsibility. I don't think I was overly entitled, but that didn't come just because I took out the trash Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or whatever the thing is.
That's a good point. Okay. So here's the big question. The big question is, what do you feel that you have outgrown? One of the things I think parents get stuck in is they worry that what they see in adolescence is what they're going to get.
Right.
And then you know, that worries them because maybe what they're seeing is not what they want to be getting.
Right. Well, I think for girls, a huge thing is a feeling of like horrible self-consciousness, which then becomes a part of everything. It becomes a part of the nightly routine, as I said, because you're always on the phone trying to figure out how you're going to look in relation to everybody else. It was an issue for me working out because I felt like if I was out of shape and my face got really red, that everyone was staring at me and judging me, and then I wouldn't want to do it, and then I would feel bad about myself. And it was just like something that was an issue with my dad, that I would like be hating myself, and then he would get frustrated because like I felt so bad about myself.
And he'd go, but you look beautiful. What are you
Yeah, and then of course most fathers are like, well, I don't know, you look great, then I don't know what you want from me, and then I would get pissed at him. And so that's a huge thing that I feel like I have grown out of, and I think most people grow out of, is a sense of confidence, you know, growing out of that sense of self-hatred and self-loathing and
bring it on.
and just that you start,
looking in the mirror.
Just that you know, as you get older, you grow out of and thus gain this sense of self, and you know, I think that's a huge part of growing up for everybody. And I think whether it's self-consciousness or just a general kind of confidence in life, that's a huge part of getting older.
And I remember also that would, like, the clothes you wanted to buy and the way you wanted to look, and you know, you wanted to have what everybody else had because it made you feel like I look like everybody else had. Yeah, and
I think that idea of that thing that was really present for me in high school of wanting to fit in, wanting to be like everybody else, that's something that I definitely have grown out of, that I now pride myself on feeling like an individual. That's such an important thing to me. But that was not the way it was growing up.
Abercrombie and Fitch.
I have not walked into Abercrombie and Fitch in several years. I think...
and by the way, that was a huge fight because it was so expensive.
Right.
And it was a huge deal because I just was like, I'm not paying that kind of money.
Yeah. Another big thing, I think, is in terms of parents, is feeling that embarrassment that a lot of kids have about their parents not wanting to be seen with them, being embarrassed how they are around their friends. You know, that was something I think most kids feel that I have grown out of. And look, we all still, even when I'm with my adult friends, every now and then we still get like a little like, oh my God, I can't believe my parents just said that sort of thing. But I love being around them. I love spending time with them. I love having my parents be a part of my life now.
Ari's my best friend now.
So,
I don't know if she's mine, but not hers.
No,
I mean the other way.
No, you are my best friend.
Okay, did I get that right?
Whatever. But your kids, I think, will want to spend time with you later. They won't want to now, but they will later.
And no movies on Friday nights.
No. But no, I love that. And I know you asked me what I grew out of and what I grew into. I know, but they're all but they're sort of the same
all right,
thing. Yeah. But I think...
So in closing, because we're getting into 8 minutes.
You know, in closing, the thing that I've learned just in my life growing up that I wish that I had known when I was younger is just that everything in life is transient, and when things are up, they must come down, and when they're down, they must come up. And I feel like when you're young and you're feeling really horrible about something, it feels like it's never going to get better. You're always going to feel the way you feel. And now when I'm not feeling good or things are bad, it's still uncomfortable in that moment, but I have lived enough life to know that it's only for a minute and it's going to change.
And probably nobody could have told you that.
No, because you don't really know it until you've done it.
Right. So if for a parent to say, "Don't worry, it's going to get better," probably not that much. Wasn't that helpful?
No, but it's not like, "Oh, life will get better," but it's just that like, no, there probably isn't really a way to say it without driving them crazy. But
yeah,
you know, love.
Yeah. And I think for parents it's the same issue, because this too shall pass as well. That things change, they change, you change, and that's the good news about getting older, is that we all have that potential to become different people, holding on to some of the things that we love about ourselves and moving on to things that we like to change about ourselves. So, well, I hope you had fun listening to my girl. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.